They told you the soul is a thing, a possession, a glowing seed buried somewhere in your chest. Maybe eternal, maybe not. A mystery, dressed in dogma. But they were wrong. Or maybe not wrong, just incomplete. Because the soul isn't a thing. It's not an object. It's not something you carry. It is something that carries you. You don't have a soul. You are what happens when soul and form meet for a short time. You are a flame wrapped in skin, a ripple in a deeper ocean, a page that thinks it is the book. The soul is not small, not delicate, not soft in the way you think softness means weakness. It is vast, older than your name, older than language. It moves in silence, in breath, in longing. You feel it sometimes, in music that stops your thoughts, in the scent of something that reminds you of a memory you can't quite place. In that moment of sudden stillness when the world blurs and something inside you says, This is real. That is your soul, not a thing, but a presence, a witness, a current running underneath your masks. The soul does not shout. It does not perform. It doesn't care if you're famous, productive, successful, or strong. It only asks one thing. Are you true? But truth is not always easy. Sometimes it sounds like a quiet ache. Sometimes it looks like letting go. Of a job, of a title, of a person, of who you thought you were supposed to be. The soul will ask you to leave the noise. Not forever, just long enough to hear the quiet beneath it. Because the soul speaks in symbols. A door that won't open. A dream that repeats. A name that returns in strange places. The soul does not argue. It invites. It waits. And sometimes it disappears. Not because it is lost, but because you are looking in the wrong place. You will not find it in the mirror, not in the image, not in what others clap for. You will find it in the spaces between, in grief, in wonder, in silence, in that soft edge between what is ended and what is beginning. And the strange part is, your soul is never trying to make you more. It's trying to make you real. The world teaches you to grow up, to toughen, to rise. But the soul teaches you to return, to soften, to empty, to become like water. And still, this isn't something you can master. You can't chase the soul the way you chase goals. You can't brand it or optimize it or monetize it. You can only sit beside it and listen. Because the soul is not here to make you better. It's here to make you whole. Some call it spirit. Some call it source. Others call it consciousness, or the higher self, or divine essence. But none of those names are quite right, because it cannot be named, only remembered, only felt, like a scent in the dark, like the warmth of someone who's been gone for a long time. If you want to know your soul, stop performing, stop chasing, stop trying to become. Be quiet, be still, be honest. The soul is already here. It's not waiting for you to change, only for you to return. You've never lost it, not really. You've only been looking for it in places that cannot hold it. You are not broken, you are only buried. And the soul is the one who knows how to dig you out. Gently, patiently, lovingly. So tonight, don't strive, don't plan, don't perfect. Just breathe and listen. Because the soul is not what you think it is. It's what's thinking you right now. But sometimes, understanding doesn't come through thought. It comes through story. There's an old tale, whispered from teacher to student, shared in moments of stillness, when the world feels too heavy. It goes like this. A traveler was born with a golden lantern in their hands. Not a heavy one, delicate, etched with symbols they didn't understand. They carried it into the world, expecting it to glow, but it never did. So they searched. First, in villages filled with noise and fire. Give me a spark, they begged, but no flame stayed. The lantern flickered, then faded. They climbed to mountaintops and asked the wind for light. The wind only answered in silence. They entered temples and asked the wise to bless the lantern. The wise only smiled and asked, Have you tried listening to it? Frustrated, the traveler wandered for years. The lantern grew heavier in their hands. The world grew dimmer. They began to believe the lantern was broken, or worse, that they were. Until one night, beneath a sky that didn't shine, beneath a forest that didn't speak, the traveler sat down for the first time and stopped looking. They placed the lantern in front of them, and for the first time, they didn't ask it to light. They just watched. They breathed. And in that breath, something stirred. Not a spark, not a flame, but a memory. And slowly, gently, the lantern began to glow. Not from fire, but from within. From something ancient, something forgotten. A warmth that had never left. The traveler wept, not because they were saved, but because they realized they had never been lost. They had only been looking in the wrong direction. But even now, even here, a part of you resists. There's a voice inside that whispers, it can't be that simple. You've lived too long in the noise, too deep in the performance. You've been praised for your mask and punished for your silence. How can the light possibly live in stillness? How can something so invisible be trusted? That voice isn't cruel. It's scared. It has spent years building an identity out of survival. It taught you how to speak when you weren't heard. It taught you how to smile when you were breaking. It is the voice of the protector, but it is not the voice of the soul. Because the soul does not beg to be seen. It doesn't argue. It doesn't prove. It waits, quietly, beneath the story. What if your pain isn't proof of absence, but proof of presence? What if your longing is not a weakness, but a map? What if the voice that asks, "What's wrong with me?" has only been waiting for an answer that sounds like silence? There's a moment, maybe now, when the searching grows quiet and something inside you, that is the soul remembering itself. Not because it was fixed, not because you finally earned it, but because it was always there, just beneath the noise. The lantern is still here. It never left your hands. Not when you lost your way, not when you forgot your name, not even when you believed you didn't deserve to carry it. It waited. And now, as you begin to see yourself not as a mistake to correct, but a truth to uncover, the lantern glows a little warmer. Not because of effort, not because of understanding, but because of honesty. Because you stopped chasing a light out there and remembered the one in here. Maybe you don't need to go anywhere. Maybe there's nowhere to go. Maybe the journey was never forward, or upward, or outward. Maybe it was always inward. And the lantern, your soul, is not your guide. It is the path, the proof that something deeper has been with you all along. So now, you walk differently, not to find the light, but to carry it, not to become, but to remember. So, breathe, not to calm yourself, but to return. Let the shoulders drop. Let the mind soften. Let the effort fade. You've been taught to try, to strive, to chase light like it's somewhere far from here. But the truth is quieter than that. The soul is not a concept to understand. It's not a finish line to reach. It's a presence, always here, always waiting, always whispering beneath your name. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are a lantern, already glowing. You are the stillness beneath the storm, the memory beneath the noise, the light that never asked to be earned, only remembered. So tonight, stop searching. Sit beside yourself the way you would sit beside someone you love, with no need to fix, with no need to prove. Just presence, just breath, just being. Because the soul is not what you think it is. It is what you felt in your quietest moments. It is what you ache for when everything else falls away. It is not lost. It is you, and it is home.